Hi guys, how are you? So today we'll be making frittata again. I know this is a very repeated dish here, and we serve it especially when we are doing something special. So I'm doing it for a special breakfast for my son. He's been in school and he's home now, so I'll be doing some frittatas to just have them ready because they make for a very easy serving. And then I'll do the rest of the stuff, just when I'm about to serve. We'll have various dishes. If we haven't met, my name is Nduta, and this is the making of a chef. I'd like to invite you to subscribe. I'm doing this as I also attend school, and that is why I call this channel the making of a chef. It's just me and my journey heading towards becoming a more knowledgeable or trained food handler. And so I welcome you to do the journey with me. So I have some things ready, and my mise en place includes some cooked vegetables. I'm doing purple cauliflower and broccoli in the quiche. This I'm just borrowing from some of the supper vegetables. And with that, I have some eggs that I already broke into a bowl. And I have 1 cup cream. This is whole cream. I have some cilantro. This is just for flavoring. I have grated some Swiss cheese. And I have some Parmesan that I'm going to add into the ramekins. So the only thing we're going to do together is whip these eggs, and then I'll add the cream. Actually, you can do that together. There's no mystery to it. So I'm beating this together, and then that will be my custard for the frittatas. So I've blended the cream and the egg, and I'm just going to combine them in my ramekins. I have them ready here. I've laid them in a cookie sheet so that if they do spill, they can spill in that. So I'm not going to add a lot of vegetables in my frittata. So I'm starting with the custard first, and I'm just going to eyeball the amount to about half. And I got just 5, and that's fine because we are 5 members. If we get a visitor, we'll just fry them an egg. So to avoid that kind of a mistake, usually in the culinary world, you're supposed to count the ounces you have and then divide among the containers you have, knowing that this is an 8 ounce. Even though we are not going to fill, so if you're doing halfway, that's 4 ounces, fluid ounces in each. So you're supposed to get how many? 4 times 5, 20 ounces. It seems I had less. And I'm just going to add my cheese into the custard. It will blend faster because there's no vegetables to bar. So I'm just dividing what I have between the containers, and I'm not going to use all my Parmigiano. I'm just going to add about a teaspoon. I mostly use that for flavor. Then I'm going to just sprinkle in some cilantro. Like I said, this is for more flavor. I'm going to pick just a tiny bit of my broccoli because I didn't cut it as so. I'm doing about just 2 things of broccoli, 2 tiny pieces of broccoli, That is just for texture and vibrant color from the purple cauliflower. The frittata goes into the oven for 12 minutes, and while it's baking, I will go over to the other side and just get the table ready. So while I'm getting my table ready, I'll show you some things I thrifted for my table. I haven't really been working with the centerpiece because I haven't had the ideal centerpieces. I had two of these candlesticks and I broke one. So I needed to get another just to have my table balanced. It's always nice to have to work with at least two of the same things. It's fall now. You would find some fall pumpkins, some fall, squashes. So I could work with that. Anyway, this week I visited Michael's, and since I was in the area, I went by our thrift store. It's called Savers. I got these candles on sale at Michael's. These are so fall. These are beautiful and they smell so good. And when I got them, I realized I need 2 candelabras. And what better place to get candlesticks? The thrift store. So I got these big ones. Yeah, these are kind of heavy but so beautiful. And you can actually work with the 3. Yeah, the one I have. You can actually work with this and the candle and these ones. You can have this at the middle, just like this. I'll show you how I did that. And then you can have this on the side. I felt that this would be the perfect size for my candles, and they are. And I'll only light them for a little bit because it's a breakfast. We don't need the light, but I'll be lighting them just so that we get the scent, yeah, from the candles. So these are cute. I'll stick them with the candle wax later. So aside from that, which I bought purposely to go with those candles, I got this one, and it's really beautiful as a centerpiece. You can set it this way so that it's at the center of the table with the 2 candle slots. You can have it that way or even this way, depending on the kind of table. This way, especially when you're setting it on a tiny dining table. And you can also have it on like a mantelpiece or an entryway table, especially when you're entertaining. I love crystal, and I love how it pops when you're entertaining and you have like crystal on the table, crystal on the mantle or the entry table. It can really work, especially if your entry table is inside the kitchen like mine. Yeah, so that would really work. I think it's so cute, don't you? And I have the perfect candles to go with that, and they're a nice fall color as well as foliage color. I have some green, yellow and brown candles, so those would work with that. And I got this used the same size of a candle as well, and they're so cute, individual ones. You can use them in the same places, the mantle, the entryway table, or your dining table, and just set them depending on the kind of guests you're having. Everything goes with the kind, with the vibe you're setting. Okay, and I didn't get many things actually. Those are the only things I got for candles, and I got this. So I'll keep this for my Christmas table, and it's so gorgeous. I wish I got 2. And it's really new. As you can see, it still has the sticker on. So I wished I could have gotten 2, but I think I have a different candle, Christmas candle. So I'll have this set in a different place until I get another, or I'll just play with that. combine it with other things. Then I got this butter dish. It's the cutest. I had this one, something like this before, with a different design, and it also got broken. We break a lot of things and we replace as soon as we get something just as interesting. And this I love because I can put one stick of butter, and it's just so cute. And I feel like it's the kind of thing when you have on the table, you use the butter very fast and then get to cleaning it over and over again. Yeah, so at least it stays clean, better than you know, when you have a big butter dish, you want to keep it in and out of the fridge, so that can get, you know, unsightly. And what would you do? So I got this and I cleaned and sanitized them so they're ready to work with. I had set my table last week and we never got to use it, so I'm going to be using the same dishes for my breakfast tomorrow. Before I go on, I'll show you my candles. I have the same color of candles that I had bought, you know, expecting to use two 4-part candelabras. It's actually the one I use on the mantle. It's now I'm using some fall colored candles on that, so I'm going to try and fit the green ones in these candlesticks. Anyway, so these are green and fall colors too. I just want to put them, I had already lit these ones and change, so I just want to check how they'll fit, and they do. So this is what I'm talking about. That is how it would look. Of course, when you're setting it in, you can have holders or squeeze it in, or just use melted candle wax to have them stick in. So that is cute. Okay, and then these ones look like this, so I'll just set them somewhere ready to go. I'm getting all the essentials. So what I'm doing with the napkins is very easy. I'm just folding them in half and half again, and then I'll bring the sides to the center, and then I'm going to put the sharp side through, and that will contain my sides as well. And then I'll place it on the table just like this. I'll give you a closer look. The reason why I'm using these wooden napkin rings is because they are beautiful fall colors. I have brown ones and green ones, so I'm going to use the two. So my table is set. I'll just add a few more things at the center when I'm ready to serve my breakfast. And so I'm waiting for my candles to really melt at the top so I can use them to set the candle on the candlestick. I think those candlesticks are really cute and they can be used on the mantle as well, seeing as they have that pillar design. They're really cool. So that's how my table is looking today. So very colorful. I have some playful coasters in different colors, so that will be cute. And I love fall because you can play with color and not feel shy about it.